Today, I want to share with you something incredible, an idea so powerful that it could change not only your life, but also the way you deal with money. Many people think that being a millionaire is a distant dream, only for those who are very lucky or were born in a golden cradle. But what if I told you that this path is closer than you think, that there is a skill that can turn the tables and lead you to the success you so desire? Well, that possibility is right there, waiting for you. In today's ever-changing world, success is not a matter of luck or where you come from. It depends on your ability to learn, adapt, and develop the right skills to create wealth. I know this because I've been through some pretty tough jobs. I've worked in construction, on farms, in factories. I spent all day tightening screws, and to be honest, it was frustrating. So I started to ask myself, why is it that some people manage to be so successful while others don't? The Bible has a phrase that says, "Seek and you shall find. He who seeks finds. Ask and it will be given." Inspired by this, I started talking to successful people and asking them what they did differently from me. They gave me valuable tips, and when I followed them, my life started to improve. That's how I entered the world of sales, because I couldn't do manual labor anymore. And it was in this new environment that something struck me. A colleague of mine was earning 10 times more money than everyone else, even though he was selling the same products in the same place to the same customers. What do you mean? He was earning a lot more, and I needed to know the secret. I went up to him and asked, "What do you do differently?" He told me, and what I learned that day changed my life forever. That's when I understood something essential, the law of cause and effect, or as some call it, the law of planting and reaping. It's simple. Everything that happens has a reason, even if you don't yet know what it is. If you investigate, you find the cause. And that goes for everything from scientific discoveries to success at work or in business. That's when I realized something incredible. Success leaves clues. If you want to achieve something, just follow in the footsteps of those who have already succeeded. Success is no coincidence, and neither is failure. It's all about learning from those who know, applying what works, and keeping trying. And that's exactly what I did. I dedicated myself to understanding what successful people did. I read a lot of books, took courses, and most importantly, I put it all into practice. When I started working as a sales manager, I used the same strategy. I always asked myself, how do things work here? Why are some people more successful than others? And once again, I invested my time in learning from those at the top. I've worked in several areas: sales, imports, real estate, factories, distribution. And in all of them, the first thing I did was observe and ask the best. Nature, after all, is fair. It doesn't care who you are, whether you're tall or short, male or female, what color your skin is, or what level of education you have. What matters is following the rules of success. It's like baking a cake. If you follow the recipe exactly, you'll have the perfect cake. Isn't that amazing? Nature works at its own pace, and it doesn't pick favorites. It's up to you to learn how things really work and use that to your advantage. You know, life is funny. There are people who don't seem to be as smart or talented as you, but who still manage to be very successful. Why is that? Because they understand and follow the rules of success, the ones that everyone can learn. And yes, sometimes it annoys us to see someone who seems less capable going further. But here's the secret. Success leaves clues, and we can learn from those who have already made it by copying their steps with a lot of will and persistence. Look, during my research into people who have become rich on their own, I realized something important. Nobody gets there overnight. The road to success is full of stumbling blocks and difficulties, but the difference lies in those who don't give up, even when everything seems to be going wrong. It's those people who keep trying who get where they want to be. If you're enjoying this content so far, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. I'm preparing a series of videos that will transform your financial life, and you can't miss them. Now let me ask you a question. Do you know how many times on average people try before giving up on a goal? The answer is surprising. Less than once. Seriously. Most people give up before they even start. They think, oh, I wanted to be financially independent so badly, but it's not going to work out for me. And then they don't even try. They end up living in a place I usually call someday. Have you ever heard of this place? That's where people say, one day I'm going to save money. One day I'm going to start my own business. One day I'm going to lose weight. One day I'm going to get out of debt. And you know what happens? That one day never comes. So it's time to leave that place behind and start taking control of your life for real. I'll tell you a story. A few years ago, a big businessman asked me to speak to 800 entrepreneurs about how to get rich on your own. I accepted, even though I didn't know much about it. When I was younger, I had the dream of being a millionaire by the time I was 30. It didn't happen. So I changed the deadline to 35, then 40, and then I gave up. I stopped thinking about it, thinking it wasn't for me. When this businessman called me, I was already about 38 or 39. I accepted the challenge, but then I asked myself, what do I really know about millionaires who built everything themselves? The answer? Nothing. That's when I started studying. I wanted to understand who these people were, where they came from, what they did, how they thought, and what kind of decisions they made. I discovered something incredible. The most important thing is not how much money you make, but who you become in the process. A friend of mine always says, to achieve something you've never achieved before, you need to become someone you've never been before. And you know what? He's absolutely right. To become someone who achieves great things, you need to develop incredible qualities. This not only helps you achieve your goals, but also makes you a better person. You become more disciplined, stronger, more focused. And this improves everything in your life. Your relationships, your choices, your happiness. The real gift of becoming rich or achieving any great goal is not what you get, but who you become. Another thing I discovered studying these people is that they have very specific characteristics. And if you develop these qualities, your success is practically guaranteed. If you think you don't have them now, relax. They can all be learned. And that's where your real journey begins. First of all, did you know that you can learn anything? Really? Any business, sales, or even money skill can be learned. It's like driving a car. At first it seems complicated, but then it comes naturally. And here's a secret. You might just be one skill away from making more money or starting on the road to becoming a millionaire. Yes, that's right. Inside you is a lot of hidden potential waiting to be discovered and used. Now you might be thinking, oh, but I don't even know where to start. Calm down, that's normal. The answer may come to you as you think about it or even as we talk. The important thing is to understand that everything worth learning is within your reach. It's just a question of willpower and dedication. Sometimes people say, I'm not good with money. But you know what I think? That's just an idea we can change. Life is full of opportunities to learn and grow. You can learn anything you set your mind to and achieve anything you dare to dream of. Do an exercise. Evaluate yourself. Give each area of your life a score from 1 to 10. Your health, finances, relationships, career. If you notice that something is lacking, don't be discouraged. You can improve it with effort and focus. Believe me, it's in your power to overcome any challenge. Now let's dream a little. Close your eyes and imagine an incredible future full of happiness, health, and success. Think big, without limits. Imagine that you have all the money, time, friends, contacts, education, and experience you need to create the perfect life. What would your life be like in 5 years' time? How much would you be earning? What kind of house would you have? What would your health be like? What kind of car would you drive? Imagine that, with a magic wand, your life could become exactly what you've always wanted it to be. What would that be like? You know what's really cool? Dreaming like this is the first step towards building something great. So here's a practical idea. Take a piece of paper and make a dream list. Imagine it's like that list of presents you used to make at Christmas when you were a child, and write down everything that comes to mind, anything you'd like to have or experience. Don't hold back. Just get it down on paper. I have a friend who did that. He got so excited that he bought a notebook just for this. He started writing down everything he wanted: things, experiences, goals. The first time, he wrote down 330 ideas. Within a month, he had 500 goals. And do you know what happened? His life began to change. He began to attract people, opportunities, and resources that helped him get closer to his dreams. It's as if, all of a sudden, his dreams started to come to him too. Now comes the second point. Do what you love. Whenever you meet someone who is really successful, you realize that they do what they love. That's the great rule of success. Find something that makes you happy and figure out how to turn it into your profession. When you do what you love, you feel energy, motivation, and enthusiasm. It feels like it was always meant to be. And do you know what many successful people say? I've never worked a day in my life because I do what I love. Isn't that amazing? And there's more. The third point is to commit to excellence. This is essential. Look, I know what it's like to feel like you're no good at anything. When I was younger, I wasn't chosen for teams. I got bad grades, and I was even fired from several jobs. But you know what I learned? All successful people have one thing in common. They are excellent at what they do. Think of it this way. Imagine you're trying to be the best at something, like a sport or a hobby. In business or in life, it's the same. Money, opportunities, and success are among the best, in the top 10%. And here's the good news. If you do what you love, you'll want to be great at it. If you don't feel like being great at what you do, maybe you're in the wrong field. So the tip is simple. Pay the price, make the effort, and strive to be one of the best at what you love to do. When you find something you really love, dedicating yourself to it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. It's like it's part of who you are. And that's when the magic happens. You stop just surviving and start really living. Imagine this. There are a lot of people out there who do their job as if it were just an obligation. They get home, turn their heads off, and don't even think about what they're doing. Sounds comfortable, right? But the truth is that this attitude is dangerous. It's like walking on thin ice. You don't know when it's going to break. If you don't love what you do and don't put your heart into it, you're just surviving. And those who only survive don't build a real future. But here's the good thing. Everyone has something they're naturally good at, something they love to do and can excel at. If you like something, it's because you have a talent for it. So why not commit to being one of the best at it? Choose to be in the top 10%. I'll tell you how that changed my life. When I was in my late 20s, things weren't going well. That's when I learned a lesson that changed everything. Nobody starts at the top. Everyone who is incredible at what they do today was at the beginning, knowing nothing. They started from the bottom, made mistakes, but persisted. This means that you, me, anyone can get there. You just have to decide to pay the price, work hard, and make the necessary sacrifices. But how long does it take to stand out? Well, I'll be honest. It's not quick. It takes 5 to 7 years to master your field. Sounds like a long time, right? Then you might think, but in 7 years' time I'll be older. Yes, but guess what? Time will pass anyway. In 7 years' time, you'll be 7 years older anyway. The question is, will you be among the best, or will you still be average? The choice is yours. And you know what's most incredible? No one who has reached the top is smarter or more special than you. If they did it, so can you. Just find out how they did it. Ask questions, study, follow in their footsteps. It may take longer for some and less for others, but those who don't give up, who keep going, get there. That's where all the rewards are, and more importantly, where the true joy of life lies. Because just think, when you're really good at what you do, you feel amazing. People around you respect you, value you. You have the freedom to create the future you want. Doors open because you know your worth. And waking up in the morning knowing that you're great at what you do, that, my friend, is a feeling worth more than any external reward. Now here's the next key. Discover and develop your unique talents. From an early age, we all have specific skills and talents. They are like natural tools that, if worked well, can lead us to achieve anything we want. Peter Drucker, one of the greatest management thinkers, asked some powerful questions. What are you good at today? What should you be good at? What could you be good at? What will you be good at? And here's another tip. Look back over your life. What have you done that has worked? What has been most responsible for your success so far? What worked well in the past? Because, as I always say, success leaves clues. By looking at your own history, you can find clear signs of where your potential lies and where you should go in the future. So, take a moment to reflect. What do you love? What do you do well? What have you achieved that makes you proud? These answers could be the map that guides you to a brighter and more fulfilling future. The next key to becoming a self-made millionaire is to see yourself as self-sufficient. What we've discovered is that the richest 3% of society see themselves as autonomous. They see themselves as responsible for their own lives. When I started my career, at the age of 21, working as a construction worker, living in a one-bedroom apartment with no money, taking the bus 2 hours every morning to work and 2 hours back, I still remember that. I still remember that the light bulb that went on one night. I was sitting in my little apartment, in my little kitchen, and suddenly I realized that I was responsible, that I was in charge of my own life, that no one was going to come and save me. It was a huge turning point in my life. What you discover is that all exceptional people are highly responsible individuals. They consider themselves autonomous. I sometimes ask audiences, how many of you consider yourselves autonomous? Some raise their hands and some don't. I say, so what's the real answer to this question? And the real answer is that everyone is self-sufficient. The biggest mistake you can make is to think you're working for someone other than yourself, even if someone else signs your paycheck. For their entire lives, the most valuable people in any organization are those who treat the business as their own. They see everything that happens as something that affects them personally. They're not the desperate ones who say, yeah, well, I go to work, but when I'm not at work, I don't think about my work. For these people, someone has told them that this is an intelligent way of thinking. It's the loser's way of thinking. Winners think about their company and, when they're not there, they think about how they can improve it. When something happens in their company, they take it personally because they consider themselves highly responsible. And as a result, they get paid more. They see themselves provided with more educational opportunities. They are promoted more quickly. And these are the people who ultimately seize the cream and rise to the top of all organizations and sectors. As we conclude our discussion, I want to leave you with a powerful truth to take away with you. The path to becoming a millionaire is not a mere fanciful imagination, but a visible reality within your reach. You have discovered today that you are just one skill away from opening the doors to wealth, abundance, and financial freedom. But remember, my friends, success is not just a destination, but a journey of continuous growth and self-improvement. As you embark on your exploration to achieve millionaire status, commit yourself to continuous learning, relentless persistence, and unwavering determination. Accept challenges as opportunities for growth and never stop investing in yourself and your potential. Above all, adopt a mindset of abundance, gratitude, and generosity. True wealth is not measured only by the size of your bank account, but by the lives you touch, the contributions you make, and the legacy you leave. If you've made it this far in the video, comment, "I stayed until the end." When I see that comment, I'll leave a little heart because I'll know that you're on the right track to becoming a millionaire soon and that you've stuck with me this far. And now, on your screen, there's an incredible video that I've prepared especially for you. I'm sure it will add a lot of value for you, so click on it and go watch it right now. Do it for yourself and for your future. See you soon.